Hello, and welcome to Fortune Forecast channel for your daily tarot reading and more, where I use the wisdom of tarot to give you a general insight for the day. What I do is not magic. It's natural to all of us. We engage life through our senses, through messages and numbers, and we process that information so that we can make better decisions on what we're going to do next. I invite you to give yourself a few minutes of entertainment and spend some time here with me as I interpret today's message. So thank you again. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's give the deck a little shuffle. Okay. And the first area that we're going to look at today is money. Money. Today is Monday, February 7th, 2022. I know, sounds like Monday would rhyme with fun day, but a lot of people don't think that Monday is a fun day. All right, money. Okay. Okay, so we have here the Knight of Wand, and here it's this message as it's resonating to me in the fact that the king is not sitting right side up. So things are not going his way. Things are, when it comes to money, you might come up with a crossroads. If you're investing, you may feel like you might have had some losses. Today's that kind of day that you might have put your money somewhere where you didn't want to, but you weren't expecting that. Hey, those things happen. Hopefully those losses weren't too big. But here you go. With this here, with that, you have to be careful. Today would not be the day to sign any contracts. It feels that there's still, the other person might have a better advantage if you kind of went on their whim, so you definitely need to try to find yourself in that position of, regain that sense of, I would say, comfort. And I'm just bringing this up to those people that today will be involved in paper transactions, purchases like cars, boats. I haven't met anybody in the last 6 months that was purchasing a boat, but definitely if you're thinking about getting a house, those big ticket items, you hold your position, if you can stall it a little bit, and then make sure that you go through the paperwork. Make sure everything is lined up in a row before you can assert with confidence what your next move is going to be. Overall, as far as everyday situation, it's kind of just one of those days. If it does feel like a Monday, it is a Monday. Okay, so there you have it, how money will be affected today. Okay, so let's go into the next area we'll look into, which is relationship. Let's look at relationship. Okay, let's see what that says for all. Okay, relationship. Here you go. You want me to stop right there? Okay, this is an upside down draw on this. Even though, on this card, the way that I feel that this message is, definitely this couple is walking through the front of a church. In my mind, I like to, well, when it's upside down, did they make it inside? Did they make it inside? I mean, hopefully they did. I mean, if they were looking for shelter, you would want that to be that reality. But how do we put this message for you and your relationships today? Things that may have been unsettled are now going to be looking a little bit more positive. You know, the position before was kind of cold, literally, when you see the snow there. But now you can actually warm things up. You've got this little warm, like feels like a little fireplace, you know, it's finally cooling off the mind, you know, and that in that sense, there's that feeling that, you know, if you keep a little rational thinking, if you keep honest in your relationship, if you keep your communication open, then you are off to a good start if this is a budding relationship. But if you have existing relationship, whether it's at home or at work or in your community, if you're part of a team, it'll things just progress better when people are honest, when people communicate with, you know, with logic and not just, you know, out of their passion. You know, it's nothing wrong with being passionate. There's this sense that when we speak, it should come from a place of truth and honesty, thinking about each other, thinking about each other. So that takes a little discipline. And in another sense, you know, you're with this other message, it's important in a relationship to be honest about money. Honest about money. That's the real message here, okay? Okay, let's move on to our next area that we're going to look into. Our next area that we're going to look into, career. Career. Okay, how is this going to fare for us today? How is this going to fare for us today? Okay. Okay, how is this, you know, going to fare for us today? Okay. Right. Okay, career. Okay, so I'm getting a message for some of the people that were going out there on interviews. Um, don't beat yourself up if you weren't called back. Don't beat yourself up if you didn't call back. Take a look at your resume, polish it up a little bit more. One of the things that I've, you know, through the 30 years of doing consulting for people, especially for people talking about their jobs and what they were looking for, and I've noticed one little theme there is that either you are going to get yourself a professional resume writer, or you're going to, sometimes people write stuff because they want it to look good and impress their new boss, uh, hopefully. The thing is that you need to keep your resume relevant, so that you know, if you do have those skills, they're going to look at that and they don't need to see all the others. Let them learn that from you. Surprise them. So this message is kind of really for them. If you are already in a working you know, environment, in a working environment, you know, it's important for you to step up your game. It's important to step up your game as it relates to what you're doing. And, you know, you might get passed off for that raise or that promotion because you're not asserting yourself. You're just sitting there. You're just trying to clock in the hours. And let me just tell you, people don't want that. Someone is paying you to work. And you're just going to do, oh, well, I'm not supposed to do that. You know, be a little bit proactive, but, you know, if you may want to not jump over, if you have, like, if there's a chain of command there, you definitely want to run things through the team, be a team player, and make a recommendation. Just don't be, you know, just don't try to run in and just be, now all of a sudden you want to be so strong and assertive, but definitely show that you're worthy of being and staying on that team, that you are being of value. When, you know, care about the progress of your company that you're working for. You don't have to be the owner, you don't have to be the boss, and if you are, then you need to really, you know, care about the people that you're providing service for. Show your strength in those areas. Show your strength in those areas. And be patient and be compassionate, okay? But definitely, this is a little bit about focusing on your strengths right now. Okay, when it comes to career. So the next one that we have is going to be our mind, our body. What is it going to be? Overall health. Okay, so here we go. Give this a little activation here and a little charge up. Okay. Okay, we'll fluff it up like a peacock, right? And here we go. Okay, health. Okay, this is really good. This is really good. So feeling really good, grounding yourself. Um, One of the things is I'm getting a message here about hydration. So some of you make sure that you are hydrating. It's really important. Other than that, very good indication here that you are taking care of yourself. And at the best time, someone here, I'm getting some message about cardio. So I don't know if this has to do with, got some good news about something that had to do with cardio, or, or probably also another message that some of you have, stuck with your health affirmations, or what do they call that, resolutions, and now you're feeling stronger and ready to, take on, new projects because you're feeling stronger. And this is kind of great. I mean, I love it. My son, I think it was the day before, no, it was yesterday, he was telling me, Mom, I'm up to 100 push-ups. And I'm like, that's pretty impressive. A lot of people think that they need to go to the gym and they need to buy all this stuff. You could start with your body. You could go for walks. You could go and just do those resistance, like, sit-ups and push-ups and stretches. And there's different things, but I'm not here to, speaking as a doctor, but just definitely don't start any exercise plan without consulting with your medical advisor or your fitness coach. Very important. But this is definitely a good message about health. Things are actually getting better. So love that one. Okay. And moving forward now with travel. Travel. What's lining up for travel? I don't know. Let's see. How's this lining up? How's this lining up? Some of you corporate people now are working from home, so that really changes everything. It's probably got you a little batty because you probably wanted to get out of the house, but it's a whole new game. It's a whole new world. Okay, so here we have an indication about the travel as far as, not being able to move around right now. And it could be for lack of transport. Oops, excuse me. Oh, yeah. It got hot. Maybe that was true. Lack of transportation, or, via transportation issues mostly. So today, watch out, check out your vehicle, check out, make sure that you're safe, be careful on the roads. It's really important. And that's kind of that's the vibe that I'm getting for this. So, don't be moving around if you don't have to. But if you do, be careful. Okay. There you have it. There you have it. Okay, let's take a look at what the collective vibe is for our day. What is the main theme? What is the main theme? And this one, we're just going to go like this and pull it from the top over here. Divine guidance. Okay. And this is a really good message that we're receiving. A reminder that it's important for us. And I love this card. I love this, twinkle, twinkle, little star. And just how beautiful, asking for, you're not alone, okay? You are not alone. And in that same respect, overall, when things are getting a little bit heavy for you, a little bit dark, remember that you do have loved ones. Find that connection that makes you feel whole, and just go there. Allow yourself to go there, and if you're listening on this channel, then I do believe that there's probably something that we do have in common. The collective consciousness, the creator, something greater than me, than you, is out there. and or inside. It's just everywhere. And it is our cable, our connection, and it's instant. And sometimes we forget that. We forget that. But when we reconnect and start standing in that truth that you are, you know, the daughter or the son of something greater, and that you're beyond that flesh, and that your spark is what's burning up. Let it burn up. Let it light up the world. That's what we need to do. We came here to light up the world, and you are a bright light. Don't you forget that. Okay, well, thank you so much. And that is today's daily tarot reading from Fortune Forecast. So take a minute and show me some love. Share, comment, and like, and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you back here tomorrow for our daily tarot reading. And till then, shine bright like a diamond, my dear friend.